Hi there, welcome back and thank you for joining us for our weekly chat. Today we want to help you feel a bit more relieved about the potential health problems that you might have been sharing with the doctor or everyone else, and maybe your issues with lots of women in particular often experience dismissal at the hands of her medical practitioner. And in America, by the way, the third leading cause of death is from complaints that get dismissed or misdiagnosed. So like in America, the first cause of death is heart disease, the second one is cancer issues, and then the third cause of death is like medical issues where people have been either dismissed or misdiagnosed or given the wrong treatment. Anyway, so it's very, very common that people have issues or concerns and they're not addressed properly, and eventually we often get to see those clients, so that's why we wanted to talk about it and just share a little bit with you some of the symptoms that you are probably experiencing now. So Pete, what
you ever feel that you're not listened to?
Yeah,
because that's what it's like, you not being heard. And there are issues, maybe you've experienced some of these as well. Chronic fatigue syndrome is one that is often dismissed. People have just no energy whatsoever. I had a guy come to me depleted of energy, and he had a small holding to look after, and he could hardly make his way through his normal job, let alone look after animals when he got home. And he came to me, he took on board to drink his water and have his salt, minerals and trace minerals and hydrate. And within a couple of weeks, his energies had improved greatly. The guys at his work were asking, can they have some of that too?
Yeah, but it wasn't just water and trace minerals, was it? There were some other things as well. So we talk about it in a second. But at least the point you're making is he was diagnosed with chronic fatigue and told it was all in his head, when actually it wasn't. It was actually all in his tissues. So fibromyalgia...
Well, it was deficiencies.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Fibromyalgia is another disease that often people say, oh, it's all in your head, but it isn't all in your head at all. Like, it's a serious problem where people have aches and pains in their body, and just because like one day the aches and pains might be in your shoulder, the next day it might be your foot or your knee, and then of course people think, well, that must be just all in your head, because how can that be, right? But that's the thing with fibromyalgia, it does travel around, and it's a chronic debilitating health issue. It's often to do with too much cortisol in your system, and then when people sometimes have cortisol injections for the pain, that really upsets the apple cart and it makes everything a lot worse. So we help people with fibromyalgia as well, and we take a holistic approach. So then Peter, he gets a lot of people with bowel problems, like bowel issues, and of course irritable bowel syndrome would be the most common one. So do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, it's, any bloating with any irritation within the abdominal area is classified IBS, and quite often people are fobbed off because they can't diagnose it. They don't know what's happening, and I'm unsure whether it's taught in medical school what the mechanism of digestion is, but I teach you that when you come to me. I teach you how your system works and how to get it firing properly, so you can get rid of your bloating and your gas and your burping and all the irritation you have with things like IBS or inflammatory bowel disorders.
Or even Crohn's. It's all very crippling, by the way.
Yeah.
Peter, he's had people recover from Crohn's. I mean, when I say recover, they are living 100% normal life now, and they obviously have to stick to a certain set of guidelines, but it's way better than being pumped full of drugs or having your bowel removed, right? So
one guy came to me after a 9-year history of being having explosive diarrhea, and he had gone to specialist after specialist, spent thousands of dollars on looking for ways to overcome it, and I did my testing, the full health audit, and recommended a few things for him, and within 3 weeks he came back and he said, I think I'm cured.
Yeah.
It had maybe one bout of diarrhea in that 3 weeks, and yet, so...
That's right, we had another client, remember, and he was in hospital as well. We actually saw him in hospital, and then when he came home, he started to do the things that we recommended, and he was a lot better. Within 2 months he was able to travel again and pick up his lifestyle, which was, it's just amazing. Your body will actually recover quickly when you give it what it needs, right? So migraines are another one. So we've had clients with migraines, and they literally don't have a migraine anymore, ever, right? Because Pete and I combined together, we can come up with the root issues, the base root issues that are causing the problems in your tissues. So with migraines, it's often an old injury that happened in your early life, or it can be a generational thing, like your mom had migraines, your grandmother had migraines. But that doesn't mean that you can't heal from your migraines, because you can. Sometimes it's to do with worms as well, so migraines can also, like an undetected parasite problem, and candida also creates headaches. It can be...
Mostly, or most disease states are deficiency or toxicity related, and well, the testing gets to the bottom of whether you've got deficiencies in any areas, and the migraines is often a toxicity disorder, because your body is not able to get rid of all the toxins that we consume or absorb these days. We absorb as many toxins in one day now as our grandparents did their whole lifetime.
Yeah, that's right. So you can't afford to not detox, because even if you lead a pure life yourself, it's just coming at you from all angles, including the water, your rainwater, everywhere.
Or you have to know how to look after your detoxification organ. That's the liver.
So we help you do that. And by the way, thank you for listening, if you're listening, and don't feel overwhelmed, because we've got like tons of free ebooks. So just go to our website, The Purple House, and go to the ebook section, and you can download them all, and just helps yourself to get out of that maze of misinformation, because there is a lot of misinformation.
The list goes on: thyroid, adrenal issues, skin disorders,
chronic neck pain. I mean, so chronic neck pain is an interesting one too. So of course people will say it's poor posture, which a lot of the time it is. It can be from poor posture, it can be from stress and overwhelm. Somebody in your life is a pain in the neck. But a lot of the time it's also to do with your large bowel, because your whole gut or intestinal tract has pressure points or reflex points on the back of your neck, right? So you can get a sore neck, and it's actually to do with your tummy again, or your bowel. So Pete and I, we have studied health in people and psychology and everything intricately now for 25 years. So we can immediately pretty well say, oh, this is your weak link, or this is what triggers this, right? So just in case you're wondering, well, I need some help, and I relate to some of these things, and my intuition has been telling me there's a problem with my body, but all the tests come back normal, but I don't feel normal. And so now we're here to help you. So where would you start? So I would recommend that you start with a full health audit with Peter. So this would be our primary treatment, really. So Peter sees clients for 2 hours in his room. He does like state-of-the-art testing while you're in the room, right? So, and he listens to your story, so nothing is missed, and he really gets to understand your history, and then together he helps you to connect the dots, and then he tailors a program for you that's for you, like not anyone else, and he tells you what to eliminate and what to take, and also a few supplements to strengthen your system, and it's all based on truth, like on facts, there's no guessing there, because he also looks at your blood, he tests the urine, and there are at least 20 other tests that he will be doing with you that all give him a very clear picture of what's happening inside your body or under the bonnet of the car. It's like he's the mechanic, you drive in the car, he looks under the bonnet, he checks it all out, and the relief that people feel is just incredible. People are so relieved to know, like, oh, well, I'm in good hands. Oh, well, it wasn't all in my head. Oh, I can trust my body, and now I can actually do something that will fix that, and you can have a good life, especially with Peter in your court, always like on standby. You can have a good life because, of course, you build a relationship when you come to Peter and he's explaining things to you. So Peter is always happy to help. He's so invested in you, right? And he wants you to be invested in yourself as well. That's really what. So the full health audit I'll put the link in the article. You can check it out on the website. And if you don't have that sort of time or energy or money right now, I would book in then for a diagnostic session, we call it, which is a condensed version. It's like the first step back into your health. And Peter will still do like several tests and pinpoint lots of things to you. And maybe that can be a bit of a slower step, but still get you out of trouble. I also do diagnostic sessions. Sorry, Peter, I'm overriding a bit. And so I can also look at your blood under a microscope. But my forte is really that I can see in your energy field and your body as well. So your mind body talks to me.
That's where I was just going to
it's hard to explain.
Say we're made up of trillions of cells that are made up of molecules that are made up of atoms, and those atoms are nearly pure energy.
Or space.
Yeah, well.
Or information.
Information and energy, and all your memories and everything are connected within all those atoms and spaces and cells. And Grada, she is amazing. She works on that energy field, within that energy, to get the energy flowing throughout the body again. And
I basically get what's missing, like something that's outside your conscious awareness. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah,
I guess I'll find the missing link.
Yeah.
Already, like as soon as you walk in, I can see it, right? I don't have to spend hours looking for it. The second you step in.
No, distance healing is also very effectual. I remember one time she was having a diagnostic session with a guy over in Perth, WA, and she tested him with
allergic things,
with different substances to see whether he was sensitive to them or allergic to them, and he nearly went into anaphylaxis with Grada testing something here in a room, and he was over in WA in Perth,
but it was safe though. Like, don't get me wrong.
I think there was a expletive that I can't repeat came out of Grada's mouth, and I don't know where he lives to send the ambulance. But she told him to pop some salt under his tongue, followed by a bit of water, and he came out of it fairly quickly.
Plus, I worked with energy too, right? So like, I'm an energy, what do you call it? An investigative healer. So I like to investigate what's going on with your body and get the answers that way. So usually I set up a direct connection with your subconscious mind or your body, your higher self, whatever you like to call it, your life force. And people don't have to believe in it for it to work. Right. Because I can just completely bypass your personal ideas, or if it's your child or whatever, it works just as fine. And it also works just as easy over a distance as it works in my room. So this is a skill or a talent or a gift. I guess it started off as a gift that I then turned into a skill that I have spent like well over 10,000 hours. And they say it takes 10,000 hours for somebody to become an expert. But I've probably spent more like 30,000 hours.
I quite often offer that to people as well, to rebalance them. With hydration, minerals, and it also addresses the major issues that they come with on an energetic basis as well.
Yeah. So that makes up the two of us. But the message today was, if your intuition is telling you like something isn't right, or your body is telling you, right, your body is screaming at you, don't ignore it. Stop ignoring it, I was going to say, because that always leads to permanent problems, right? And a stitch in time saves 9. So we're here to help you. Definitely, I would recommend the full health audit, because it's like very hands-on, very practical. You feel so looked after, and the answers that you get will last you for life, because you know your body has those types of tendencies, and Pete will tell you what they are, and then there will always be something that you need to do, probably to correct it, to keep the 4 wheels on the road, right?
We've often had people who say they haven't got a lot wrong with them, they just want to come and have a check.
Yeah.
And we find out that there are imbalances, so they can feel a lot better than what they are. Yeah.
We all need, like Pete and I, we give each other regular tune-ups for sure. We're all works in progress. Life happens as well. On top of that, we're works in progress. Life throws us wobblies and traumas and, you know, experiences that are sometimes hard. And the clients who actually invest in themselves and they come monthly as a regular thing, we have many clients who come once a month, and they absolutely thrive. So they have the best life ever. And they keep saying, well, I keep coming back to you because it feels so good and I want to be the best version of myself. And I know there's still more hidden potential in me. So I'm just, and it's also a massive de-stress session. So please.
It's clearing out black pockets. Yeah. That will then fill with energy, so you become
with happy energy.
Vibrant.
Yeah, and you stay healthy.
Vibrantly healthy. Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully Pete and I inspire you to do that, because we walk the talk. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I really, really appreciate you being in our community and for your loyalty over the years as well. And let us know if you've got any question. You can message us, email us. We're open today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 5.
The article will be posted below, so have a read of that, and it'll have all the links and information for you.
If there's anything else, and also our online shop is open, of course, 24/7. We pass all things up the same day, so it lands on your doorstep. Well, as soon as the post allows, which actually most of the time is quite good these days. Thank you so much.
Have a good week.
Have a wonderful week. Bye.